Some magazine, what we have some question maybe for sharing knowledge with us regarding your presentation, right?
Sure.
Firstly, what do you think about this Asia Pacific Forum, right?
Oh, well, I think this is great, to get people from the whole region, and also what you have done, I saw your speaker list. They come from various parts of this region. So this is a good way for us to share our knowledge, experience, that can benefit local companies here. And I think this is a fantastic approach to do that, because that is what you need. You need to understand how things are happening in various other parts, especially closer countries in the region, regional countries. And that has a lot more impact to you here in Indonesia than trying to find out what is happening in Canada, for example. I mean, it's a lot more useful for us to know what's happening around the region because they're not so different from us, and we can learn from them. And doing something like this brings us together in terms of sharing the experience, the knowledge, I think it's a fantastic approach to do this.
And anyway, being a leader is, easy but difficult process, right?
Being a leader.
A leader.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So how do you start to, start for employees that they will have soul of leadership? What should we do then?
Employees?
Yeah, employees to have, leadership soul of leadership in their.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
How do you cultivate leadership in employees?
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, one thing that we really need to understand is not everybody is a leader. Not everybody. You see, leadership cannot be trained. Some people are born as leaders. They lead. They have that characteristic in them, and some are followers. Basically, people are. I mean, from my perspective and what I've observed, there are born leaders and there are people who follow. So sometimes we make the mistake of trying to cultivate the wrong things with the wrong group of people. And that is counterproductive because they don't enjoy it and you're not going to get the result. But the key is to identify people with leadership capabilities, leadership characteristics, then cultivate their leadership skills. And that is going to give you a lot of benefit, a lot of mileage for that dollar that you spend, because the key is trying to identify the right people that can lead, and then then spending the resources, the effort to building up their leadership skills.
Any suggestion about what strategy for Asian companies to develop leadership in their company?
You see, one of the things that you will find in larger corporations, even in small ones, by observing the dynamics of the groups, of the people at the floor level, middle management and upper management, you will be able to identify people with leadership qualities. First and foremost, these are the people, individuals that others will go to. Okay? They have an ability to accommodate people, to help people, to move things forward. And they are very persuasive. People listen to these people's ideas. You need to identify these kind of people. These are the people, these are first thing. And you can do that, doesn't matter which part of the world you are in, you'll find that, And then, these are some of the key players on the floor, in the middle management. You need to identify them. Identifying them is the key, and I think we are good. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in Asia or United States.
What kind of design training do you suggest to build leadership spirit, soft skill. This is design training.
Yes, 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 yes. I understand what you're saying. I understand. You see, there are, I've gone through so many leadership
Yes.
trainings, I mean, and these are professional programs that they have for leadership, and I find them all very, very useful, on my own experience,
Right.
I find that it's amazing because you realize things that you have not realized before.
Okay.
Sometimes you think, oh, this is what I was doing, and not realizing I was doing that.
Okay.
And also, this kind of training programs will show you what you're doing wrong. Okay? And that is the value. So there are, I mean, I believe there are very, very good training programs in this. People have developed this over years,
Right.
And getting people to, I mean, once you have identified these other people, you want to build up their leadership skill, having programs like this for them
Yes.
will help them a lot.
In your perspective, when did you start to train employees as a leader? Ideally, just enter.
Yeah,
or in the
usually we observe. We observe them, if you are employing somebody at a management level, leadership role, you've already identified them to be already a leader somewhere else,
I see.
right? You are not taking them fresh, right? That is if it is upper level. But if it is within your, new fresh graduates coming in, then you start observing them, see people who wants to, you see there are a lot of people who wants to move up, but they are not doing the right thing to move up.
Right.
So you need to be really selective. Actually, HR has a huge role to play, in identifying who are the leaders, the true leaders for this company.
Right.
And also company philosophy and company's aim and a lot of things come into play. HR has a role to play there, That, then you'll identify the right people, from there. Then you cultivate them, But if you're hiring people into management role or leadership role,
Yes.
then you have to identify them to be a leader already with the right skills, and the right type of leadership, because there are many different leadership, but you need to see how well they will fit in the dynamics of your organization
I see.
and the people. It's all, whether you fit in or not,
Do you have special quote for improving your employees in leadership?
Do I have a
Quote, a quotation,
special quotation?
Philosophy.
Okay, what I always tell them is, do your best. Don't think about what will happen. Don't think about what has passed. When you're here, when you're on the spot, do your best. I've done this for many years to all my staff, and colleagues and whoever. When you're in a particular situation and position and doing something, do your best. And don't worry about what's going to come. Don't worry about what has passed. Past is too late. Learn from it. Future is so unpredictable. But if you keep doing best, a lot more doors are open to you.
By the way, what's your hobby in your business time or your very busy activity?
Oh, okay. I love to, if I'm not working, because work is a big part of my life, what I try to do if I'm not working is I like to have, relaxation activities. I love the beach. I love the coastal
Nice place to
areas.
visit Bali.
Absolutely, So I always try to take a break from the hectic work, get out of the city, go to coastal areas, spend time there, and sort of relaxes you, and rejuvenates you as well. And then you're ready to, go back to the work again, So, but usually that is what. So if you ask me if I have a specific hobby, I don't have a hobby as such, But what I love to do is outdoor activities, especially in the coastal part of the
Last
city.
but not the least, could you say each art forum, yes or excellent in your yes?
Oh, I think this is so far it has been really, really good. I thought there were some very key ideas and lesson learned that was shared today. And I'm looking forward to the same for this afternoon and tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to this.
So in other words, yes, for
of course,
Asia
yes,
Pacific,
yes. I think it's a great idea. I think it is. It's already looking very successful.
Okay.
Fantastic questions from the audience. I think we are engaging the audience here, and I think that is very important to engage the audience. I think it is really, really good, and I would say yes. This is something I think you should do on a yearly basis, and cultivate this. And then in Asia, we know this is going to be a major event for HR.
Okay.
And everybody look forward to it, and you keep getting good speakers, and bring in all these new things that are happening and how it's going to impact the HR and human resource generally, and people who come here, then they will take back some information, some lesson learned. Hey, you know what? This is what is happening out there. Opens their mind as well, and I think it's the thing to do.
Well, very great for your ideas, support.
Thank you very much.
Also for your expertise, best practice show to us, and then share with our participants.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm really, really happy to be here, and happy to share my know-how. It's a real pleasure. It's a real pleasure.
Let's have a take.
Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.